your customers are spending money, and so we should be giving them a reason why they're gonna be spending some money with you. I actually have some crazy statistics on this. I looked it up. So last year in 2018, per shopper spent $1,007.24. That's the average that one person is spending. And as a country, it was $717.5 billion was spent over the Thanksgiving week sales. So, again, people are spending money, they are, and I think that if we don't do something, then there's no reason for them to be spending money with you that weekend. They're just gonna continue on. It doesn't mean that they don't support you, but they're gonna continue on in their routines of reordering when they need to reorder, that sort of thing. And so I love to do a Pink Friday sale. I only do 2 sales a year. I do Pink Friday and I do a year-end sale because there's always something I'm running for in June. And so my customers have just come to know that I celebrate them and I appreciate them twice a year, and then they support me back. And it's worth the time to do that. So one of the things that I think makes it the most successful is a ton of communication. I think we have to keep it in front of them, reminding them. It can't just be something that we text them on that day. It has to be something that we're like strategically planning, and that we're continuing having that conversation really for the whole month. And so what I found is having several different like streams of communication is what's most successful, so that you're kind of touching them from different areas. So I just made this little calendar as kind of a guideline for you of just when to start and the different layers of that. And so the first thing that I have on there is ordering postcards. And I actually really do find a lot of success in having something go to them in the mail. And Mandy talked about that last week. Mandy sent out actual flyers for the open house. And I think that's really strategic because women are not getting things in the mail anymore, and so it's like almost a different way to just catch their attention that they got something in the mail from you. So for that, you can do, Girl Boss Graphics has like a customizable, really nice flyer. You can have your picture on there. I've made things on Vistaprint where they just print it, you order the flyer and it sends to you in the mail, like the postcards. With like something like Girl Boss Graphics or something that you would make, then you could get it printed at FedEx because we have the FedEx discount. But you will want to have that order like figured out, created, being made this week. So I have that like tomorrow, like that. You want to get that part going. The other piece of that is having a ton of follow-up in different ways. So on the little calendar, I have kind of different, scheduled out communication. And so you can, do it a little bit differently. I put a Facebook business page post every week. And so what that one is that's just starting to get the word out of what they should be excited about. So you could be posting flyers of the new product. You could be posting like a holiday look that they might be interested in, but it's just engaging them, reminding them that there's like a lot of things that they want. So it's kind of getting their wish list going. So you want to have lots of communication with that. Then after you are mailing the postcard, so I have that kind of next week. They should be in the mail. They should be getting them already next week because you want there to be that time. You don't want them to not get it before the sale happens. So I have some scripts for following up on them, letting them know to be looking for it. So I never just mail them a postcard and then hope that they're going to order because they got the postcard. So I text them and let them know that I sent them the postcard, and I have the little script for that, but just letting them know to be watching for it. I also do, so I don't just do text, but I also do like a blast email. Again, just trying to like keep it in front of them as much as you can. And so like the week before, sending out an email so it's reminding them again that it's coming. And then I will do a text the week of. So I have a text for them like 3 days before. And I have a script for you of another way that you can just remind them. Another strategic thing that I found with this is I've always done it Pink Friday. So because there's Pink Friday and then you could do Small Business Saturday and then there's Cyber Monday, you do not want to do all of them because you're like washing it out. So I've always done primarily Pink Friday, but then I use Small Business Saturday as like an overflow. So if there were people who I've reached out to, I've had the communication with, they responded, they were excited, and then they just didn't order on Pink Friday, then Small Business Saturday is a day to like give them another chance, because they may have just missed it. You know, they were doing shopping, they were out and about, they had family in town, whatever. So I follow up with those people. I don't follow up with everyone. Like if they purchase on Pink Friday, then you know, that was good. Or if they never showed any interest, like they didn't respond to any of my communication, I'm like, yeah, I got the postcard, yeah, any of that, then I probably wouldn't. But it's those people who like, I really felt like we were engaging and then they just didn't order. It kind of gives you that setup to have that as well. The other thing that I have on here is some different ideas for what you could do for Pink Friday. So that's right below the calendar. So you don't have to do it as a quote unquote sale. You could do it with a promotion of free product that they're getting or a free gift that they're getting. It could be different ways, but just doing something where it's promotional and it's exciting and it's in celebration of Pink Friday. So I have kind of 4 different ideas. One could be if they order a certain amount, they get a certain amount of free product. One could be depending on how many items they order determines the percentage that they get. One could be a free gift, and I just kind of made up some different free gifts, like free eyeshadow for $50, free mascara for $75, set and body $100, roll it back $150. The strategic thing for you would be that you do something that you have on hand, that you like have on your shelf, that you want to move, and it gets a bigger gift as you go up. And then the one that I've always done, because when I first started doing Pink Friday, this was what everyone did, and so I've just stuck with what I've done because my customers, they are used to it, they come to expect it. They will sometimes text me before I even texted them. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got your postcard, it's on my refrigerator. Like they're ready. They're primed and ready because they're used to it. So I've always done the percentage off like throughout the day. Like the 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever, 7 in the morning, you can choose how you do that, but it gets smaller as the day goes. So that's just what I've always done, but you can do whatever piece that you want. The other thing that I have found to be helpful, so it's in the first script. The first script, when you reach out to them to let them know to be watching for the postcard, is using that as a booking opportunity. So asking them if they would like to get together and start making their wish list for that day so that you can show them the new stuff. Because a lot of customers, you know, they have their things that they order and maybe they don't really even necessarily need that, or they can stock up on those things, but you want them to like continue to use more and more product. You want them to keep adding to the things that they're using or to be thinking about gift giving, which is what's kind of funny because, you know, the Black Friday shopping weekend is like supposed to be that everyone goes and gets their Christmas shopping done, but I think a lot of the money that's spent is on ourselves, right? We're like, hey, I'm now gonna get this. And that's what I find with a lot of my customers is they're ordering things for them, which is totally great, that's fine. And that's why it can also be a customer appreciation. But being able to get together with them and also reminding them that, hey, you could also take advantage of this for your wish list. And so getting together and showing them the gift ideas, you know, like what we had at the open house, or the things that you're really running with in your business, that can be really helpful. And then again, they're ready, they have their list, they know what it is that they're going to get. And then in the email, I also mentioned that of like, make sure that you have your wish list ready and kind of explain the process of that so that they're just prepared. If they have it written down, if they have the postcard on their fridge, then they're going to order from you that day and you're going to feel like, you know, they're expecting it and you're expecting it, and it just makes it so much easier. So yeah, those are my main things. Really having a lot of communication with it and having the communication in different ways. So not just doing one thing, but having the Facebook page where you're continuing to talk about it. I do have that also the day before, like on Thanksgiving. I'm not gonna text anyone and remind them on Thanksgiving that the sale's tomorrow because I'm honoring that it's Thanksgiving and I'm doing something on Thanksgiving too. But like I have on the calendar that would be a good day to post a reminder, you know? Most people are scrolling through Facebook some on Thanksgiving. So having that reminder on your business page for the last chance. And then on Pink Friday, I'll usually do something where I'm posting throughout the day. Like, you know, my customers have already saved $300. We're now at the 20% off. Don't forget, you know, that sort of thing. Tag people in it, get excited, post pictures of the orders that you're putting together, just showing them that other people are purchasing, like keeping it exciting and kind of making it a rally. It also can be really fun to do like a goal, what your goal is to sell that day, and you could even do something where when you sell, like my goal is to sell $1,000 this year on Pink Friday, and when I do that, someone that orders is going to get their order for free, or they're going to get an additional whatever, something, you know. But so just to make it fun, because like we've been talking about, I think that was a kind of takeaway that a lot of people had from Fall Advance, is sometimes people will do it more so because it's your goal. Like she might not necessarily need to restock right now, but you have this sale, you've really been promoting it, and you have a goal for your sale, and so your customer might be more willing because of that to figure out, hey, I could actually use, you know, a mascara and a whatever gifts from you. So yeah, that's the biggest takeaway that I have found from the years. I've done this every single year, and the more communication that you do, that's just going to be the bigger it's going to be. And I know sometimes when you do a lot of communication, you feel like you're, you know, like in their face, like communication, but there's so much in their face through other companies. They're having all these other things that are taking their money, taking their time that weekend, and so just wanting to stay front of mind, they're only grabbing onto a percentage of that. So you really can't overdo it, especially when you're kind of drawing it out through the month and you're doing it in different methods. So it's not like you're constantly calling them, but you have it coming at them in different ways. So questions on that? Other things that anyone else wants to add? Thanks. Shelby, do you have more things to add? Maybe.
I think just the communication is really important in the different ways, like you said.
Yeah.
You know, I sometimes get into just doing Facebook and reaching out that way, and a lot of people miss those things. So I love the postcard, and then the email, and then the text, and then the Facebook, so you know that they are seeing your communication.
Yes.
It's really good. Love all the different options.
So impactful. It's exciting. Get excited about how like successful that week is gonna be. Yeah, like I said, my customers like totally expect it, but it's funny because my husband, like November 1st is like, ooh, this is Pink Friday month. It's gonna be a big month. So it's like it is, you know, it just becomes something that people know, even your family. So yeah.
What's your biggest Pink Friday you've ever had?
2,000.
2,000. That's awesome.
Yes.
What's your goal this year?
3,000.
Yeah, girl.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That is so good.
I never thought people would actually buy during that 6 a.m. time, and I was like so concerned about it last year. And then I remember waking up not at 6 a.m. on Pink Friday, and I had like multiple text messages, and these people like texting me at like 6:01
Yeah.
with their orders.
Yes.
Props to you, girl.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because people are out anyways, and so like that time setup kind of was what we started with back like 9 years ago when I started. So at that time, it's funny how Black Friday has changed, but at that time, it was like you would wake up at 2 in the morning and go out, you know? Like it kept getting earlier, and then it's like, well, now we don't go to bed. It starts at midnight. Well, now it like starts at 6 o'clock or even earlier on Thanksgiving Day. So you can change the times accordingly. Like I don't think I do 6 a.m. anymore because like I go shopping through the night and then I'm like sleeping and I don't like responsive. But you can kind of figure out what you're excited about and like what makes you feel energized at time, you know? So, but it is. People are out and doing stuff anyways, for sure. Or it gives them a
Set
reason.
their alarms.
They'll set their alarm for your sale. They sure will.
Wait to check out.
Yeah.
Text my Mary Kay lady.
Yeah.
Just add that.
Seriously.
Add that to the cart.
Yeah. Yes, and that's like the psychology of selling. So that's why it's exciting to look at those numbers of how much people are spending anyways, because when someone starts spending money, it's so much easier to keep them spending money. So women are now, like this is the time we're in spending mode. So like that just is gonna carry on through this whole month when you're together with women. It's like no big deal because whatever, I already spent all this on my kids' toys when I went to, you know, wherever this last weekend. Like they're just, you would think it would be the opposite, but it's not. It's like once they've let it go, they're just like, well, whatever. The budget is just gonna be messed up until January. It's fine. They're spending. They are, yeah. And so when they're spending other places for Black Friday, it is like, well, the Mary Kay lady's doing a promotion too, just add it on. So it's exciting, yeah.
And it's cool that your customers can be a part of something bigger, you know?
Yes.
They're not just buying at a big box shop, they're
Right.
shopping with you, and their money is going into your families and your
Yes.
goals. And like you said, people really get on board with supporting a family.
Yes.
And
That's something
Absolutely.
else you
You
could
know.
do in that I've done before in the Facebook, with my customers group is like post a picture of who they're supporting, like in their family or
Yeah.
their, you know.
So support it, yes.
Then they kind of remember, oh,
It's more than, yeah, the big box. And the big boxes aren't saying, oh my gosh, I'm at $500 in sales, I'm so excited, I'm almost to my goal, you know? And so it is, it's like that excitement of like, I've had people, order more. Like they place an order and then they're like, you're so close. Cause I do tie it to goals, like, and I do this in June too. And so then there's always the goal at the end of the year, and I've had people order 3 or 4 times because they're like, oh my gosh, like you're so close, I wanna help you. It's super big. And then I also put that in some of the scripts of like, you know, I'm so thankful for you, like I appreciate your business, it's important to me and my family. Like the more that you remind them of that and letting them know that that's why you're doing the sale it's a way of giving back to them, because this is your biggest sale of the year, you don't have a sale on your products. They've ordered them full price from you all year, and so that's why like they support it now that it's the only time. So, yeah. Anything else? Any other questions? Yeah.
that's awesome.
awesome.